What is going on, you guys? jacobrdoty here, back from another vlog, and today we're gonna be doing something that I've been wanting to do for super long. I just didn't want to pull the trigger on it yet, but I finally just decided I got to, because my head unit, if you guys follow me on Instagram, has been just flashing the time. I know this is a common problem on a lot of your guys' cars, so I just need to get this fixed because it's been happening for 3 weeks. Usually it'll flash and then I'll be driving like an hour later and it automatically just boop, it comes back on. But I literally have not had a radio for 3 weeks. So I think it's time we finally upgrade it, and I chose this one. So let me show you guys what we have coming in. I guess not coming in, it's already here, so let's show you guys what's already in. Here we have the Dynavin N7. This is the N7 Pro, if you wanna get close up on that bad boy. Shout out to Dynavin because it came pretty quick. Keep in mind though, I live in Sacramento and they're in Fresno, so it came extra quick for me. But this is not how it comes packaged at all. It's way better than this. I just looked at it last night to make sure it all came in right, and it did, but I did not repackage this very well. So these are all the instructions and stuff, which I'll show here in a bit. But there's usually a big piece of foam on top. Again, I suck at packaging, so this is all messed up. This does not represent the way they package and ship it, but it's really nice, like that big foam in this box. So this is how it came in, and it honestly looks OEM. This is why I chose this one, and you'll see these missing ports. Well, I'll show you guys about that. This is for heated seats, or you can have a blank block off. But this is the most OEM looking, and you guys know I'm all about OEM Plus, which is, if you guys don't know, OEM Plus is basically make it look factory or how it would have came factory because of the build quality and the way it looks. It's not all chintzy and stuff like that. So this is the new touchscreen. It has navigation, Android Auto, CarPlay, which I'm pretty excited about. I've never had a car with CarPlay, but I like that all these buttons basically look and act OEM, even your fan controls, your AC, stuff like that. One of the things that I really liked about this is it seems very easy, like I was just saying. It's the plug and play. So here's the instruction manual it came with. It's like 11 steps, and half of these are like done in 3 minutes. So it starts off with just removing your console, which we've done before. We did that with the Alcantara boot. Then you pry tool right there, pop it out, take off those clips, unscrew it, and then we flip. Then you have the blank there, and I'm sure you just, pop yours, the new Dynavin in. Then it says drop the glove box, unplug, replug this in, and that's pretty much it. So I'm definitely just gonna see if it's just that simple, because if it is, then I suggest anyone to do this. If you guys have the factory backup camera like built into the little wing on your car for the 10 through 14, this will actually work for that. I'm gonna add a backup camera later. I'm waiting on it to come in from Amazon actually, so I ordered like a pretty small, low profile one to look OEM plus. But this will work for a factory backup camera. It also, like I said, works for the factory shaker or not shaker. And I do wanna say this does not add into sync. So you're gonna add your own microphone, so if your car doesn't have sync, this will add a microphone so you can take Bluetooth phone calls, stuff like that. And then also it does not have the factory Sirius XM. So if your car has Sirius XM, you'll have to buy their add-on tuner. I don't use Sirius XM, so I'm not too worried about it. I didn't add that tuner. I use my Bluetooth and Spotify or whatever mainly, so I'm not too worried about that, but I just wanted to add that in there for you guys that do care about that stuff. All right, so now that we're inside the car, the big thing here that kind of bums me out is we're gonna be getting rid of the carbon fiber just because this is aftermarket. You won't have the Dyna Performance carbon fiber. Dynavin and Dyna Performance. I had 2 Dynas in here. But I did talk to Dyna Performance about making carbon fiber for this, and they're trying to work on that, so I'll keep you guys updated because ultimately I would like the carbon fiber to match. So I got to figure out a new spot for this little skosh, which I'll have to pop off of this once we get it out. And yeah, we'll have to figure out the new location for that. But this should be pretty simple. We just got to pop off this center console here, and then we will go ahead and start prying this out. So you just want to make sure that you unplug this and whatever else is under there, and I'll kind of show you guys the trick here. I think pretty much you can lift it from the back right here. I think that's how I did mine. Is you pop that open. Yeah, I totally forgot how I did it. Oh yeah, it's how you do it. I also need to remove the shift knob because it has to come up and over with the shift boot. So that's my bad. That's my bad. It's probably why it's stuck in here. So definitely don't miss that step. If you have an automatic, it's a little bit different. I don't know how because I don't have an automatic, but I assume it's the same thing where you remove a trim ring, lift off, and it should open up for you guys. The steps I missed is the 2 bolts right here, but once I did that, I used the wide pry tool Let me zoom out there so you can see. Use the wire pry tool around this area and pried it out, and it popped out pretty easily. So you can see it's going, and then yeah, it's pretty much just that simple. So let me see if I can get it in on this side. Yeah, there you go. You can see it kind of comes out pretty easily. Just work it up, and there it goes. Next step is taking out all 8 of these 7mm bolts, the same one that was on the bottom of the faceplate there. So we're gonna take all those out and remove these bad boys. Everything is out, all that factory stuff, so we just have all the wiring harnesses there. And then I'll have to go get the wiring harness that came with the Dynavin, and then we'll have to transfer the clips that go into all these little spots here, all those big rectangles. We'll transfer those clips onto the Dynavin and see in the instructions what all is next. This next part may seem very confusing, but there is a very good wiring diagram for just the sync base model like me. And then here's for the shaker system right there, so they've got a different amplifier. But the wiring diagram is very good. I'm gonna do my best right here on the garage to show you guys. I plugged in every harness I think I would need, and I'm gonna just really quickly explain what they all are. So right here is GPS. This will go into my factory GPS behind the head unit. I'll plug right into that. This one is for parking sensors and stuff, and a backup camera, I believe. I have to double check this, but I won't be using this, but I'll still have it plugged in case I ever need it. And that's gonna be a common theme here, like this one. This is for Sirius. I'm just gonna leave it all bundled because I'm not gonna be using the Sirius tuner, but I wanna have it in there just in case, because this will just fit in there, I'm sure, just tucked in. This right here is the inputs. So if you have aftermarket inputs or something, like video and all that, like you wanna play DVDs or something, I don't know, like PS4, I don't know. But this is, I have it plugged in. And then this one down here that's plugged into the left and right, this is the OEM audio. So in your cup holder, like armrest, you'll see a little 3.5mm headphone jack. I think this is what retains that. This one right here is for an aftermarket amplifier because they use the RCAs for all 4 corners and everything. So I'm gonna just go ahead and keep that. I'm not gonna use it, but I'll leave them capped. So if I ever need an aftermarket head unit or amplifier, I can do that. These two are just the factory connections in. Now I had to determine if it was A or B. This is the way it goes, just so you guys know. So if you see these colors on top, I just figured that out because of the remote wire was on the bottom. And then you'll see the little fuse there in case it ever pops. But we're gonna follow along here. Everything's well marked, by the way. There's like these tags, so it's like mid inputs, subwoofer in, things like that. There's nice tags. I'm sure this will go into something factory, as well as all of these, because I am just using the factory, and I do recognize these from the factory, so I think that's what this is. A lot of it probably is like this one might be for the climate control, and this is for radio and all that, I don't know. But we're gonna figure out what this does. I don't know where this goes necessarily. I don't think it goes in any of these. We'll have to figure that out. And then there's the 2 USBs, one's media, and then one is the iLink Pro, which is the Apple CarPlay. It's got the iLink Pro extender. I left it all bundled, and then the iLink Pro box with the USB. So I'm gonna see if this is all how it is, and this is kind of what I'm thinking, but it might be a rat's nest behind. But as long as we don't see it and everything works, and I'll definitely make sure it all works before, then we should be good to go. Of course, I forgot to mention it. This is for the GPS, and this is the new microphone. So that would go GPS into there, and then microphone into right there. This next step is by far one of the hardest ones for me because I'm just really tall and I barely fit over here, and I don't want to move the car. But you have to drop the glove box, so empty all the crap out of there. Squeeze both sides and pull down, so you'll squeeze in. Let's see, like right here, you'll kind of see it flex. You want to squeeze in and pull past this little rubber stopper. And under there, we're going to have to find the OEM sync module, which you guys cannot probably see, but it's right here where my finger is. You see that wire coming out? Right there. So that's what we're going to unplug, and we're going to use their factory retention thingy. That's what that one cable is that I didn't know what it was. MTS3 was supposed to be, so that's that factory connector. And I think we're going to plug this into the iLink right here, and then I'll be able to actually plug in right here how I always do and use that for CarPlay, because you do have to have your phone plugged in for CarPlay. So we'll see if that theory works, and I'll turn the key on and maybe this thing will turn on, because I have a lot of stuff plugged in back there. We ran that cable up through, connected it, and pulled it down around here to ultimately plug into this iLink box with the iLink extender. I just want to see if that works, so what I'm going to do is just key on. I also have my phone here, Apple iPhone, with this factory lightning cable. So I know you do have to have like a legit Apple lightning cable sometimes. So we're gonna see if that works. If not, then the lightning cable will just have to plug directly into the iLink box. Let's see, key on. I don't know if this is, oh, we have lights, we have fans. It did turn on, which is cool. Got the fans going, which I want to turn off here. Oh, that's, oh, hello. Let's go to a real radio station here and see. Oh, I hate that little beep. We'll have to get rid of that. That's a setting. Can I go faster? Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah. Dude, yes, this is sick. Okay, I want to test and see. Let's turn that off before we get copywritten. It's kind of hard here, but the touchscreen, dude, this thing seems fast. iLink Pro, that's what we want. So let me plug this in. So it is charging. Oh, dude, no way. Unlock your phone to start CarPlay. Dude, it works. It retains the factory thing if you just plug it in through that. This is so sick. My daily mix, does this work? No way, dude, that's bad. Dude, that is sick. I am so stoked on that. Checking the fans here, let's see if it goes down. Can it turn? Oh, dude. I have noticed you have to kind of press it a little hard. Maybe it's because it's like flexing up against because it's not actually bolted in anywhere. It seems very responsive. AC on recirc. Apparently you can also like touch it. I like that it pops up and goes away. This is honestly really cool. We're gonna go into more features. I also have to load in the nav, and I also need to set up the mic and stuff. I don't have the mic plugged in. Wow, that is sick. I am so stoked on this. This was well worth the money, and I'm not even done. Here's a quick look from the other side. So here I use the iLink Pro from the head unit into the extender. I guess I really didn't need that. But here's the iLink Pro box into that one that goes behind the glove box, which I put back. Yeah, here's kind of a look. I just pretty much plugged in whatever looked like it fit because I am just using the factory amplifier and factory speakers right now. This one, I don't know what this does, but maybe it was just power for the display or something. I don't know what this plugs into, but it seems like everything I wanted, which is CarPlay and my navigation and all that stuff, seemed to be working. If not, I'll pop it out. And then, yeah, I used the aux retention, which is just right here. So I just ran that underneath into this center console here. But yeah, the big one is plugged in. The medium one's plugged in. I did have one that didn't get plugged in, and I was kind of confused. There is this as well, which I don't know what this is. Maybe that needs to be plugged in. But so far, everything seems to be working. I'm probably going to clean it all up real quick and like tuck it away. I'm also going to route my microphone, which I have to like put up and under, and then maybe I don't know, maybe mount it like right here. And just like that, we have the wire all tucked so you can't see it. I zip tied it together and then zip tied it up underneath there so the harness is not dangling on my feet. And then you guys are asking, how do I have the in gauge? Literally, I just had an ODB2 plugged in, ran along this line here, and then plugged in right here. So I just tucked the cable, and it actually has this nice little hole right here. So that's where I tuck that. This has really not been that hard. I just took a little bit of time here. I think I'm all in at 40 minutes while recording videos and recording clips. So yeah, I've been learning and trying to teach you guys. It's really not that hard. The only thing is I'm sweating, so prepare to sweat, but it's really an easy process and it modernizes the interior. And right now, looking at it, I mean, I'll have to see when all the other carbon fiber is in there, but right now it doesn't seem like it's bothering me too much that it's not carbon. Of course, I would love it if it was. And if you guys don't already have carbon, well then this is gonna blend in perfectly with your OEM gray. I left all those extra harnesses in there just in case I'd ever need them and I didn't wanna lose them like in the garage or something. So I just plugged them in and just capped them off like the factory caps that were already on there. Just didn't uncap it, I guess. So there it is, snapped in, looks OEM. Still have to put the two nuts or bolts in there. I want to test and make sure that it's all still working, just because well, I've done this one or two times before and you put everything back and then all of a sudden it stops working. So just want to make sure it's nice and good to go. Oh, another feature that I'll get into later is that you can actually change this startup screen, which is pretty sick. So we'll get into that, but yeah, I just want to make sure everything's still working real quick. So yep, it all does work, and this is something really cool that when I add the backup camera will make it extra easy, is that it's in the body harness so it knows when it's in reverse. So I haven't tapped into any reverse line or anything, but check this out. We'll put it in reverse and boom, it automatically will have the lines, which we can adjust in the settings and stuff like that. You can adjust the width and length and all that to set it up how you like. But when we add the camera, that will pop up with the camera. So this is just such a nice OEM integration, and you can see the paint is just superb quality. Like, this is really nice. Wrapped up the installation and made sure everything is good to go. It's got a nice responsive touchscreen. It's anti-glare, so it's not showing my fingerprints, and I've got some pretty greasy hands right now from working on the car and sweating. It doesn't bother me too much like I thought it would without the carbon there, so I'm not too bothered by that, just by all the cool features. I did use CarPlay and make a few phone calls. One of the things I noticed is that you have to already be connected to Bluetooth for the CarPlay phone calls to work. So I did connect into Bluetooth on my phone, and then I also connected into CarPlay. Another note is you have to delete your sync off of your phone Bluetooth, because it does still have the sync module in there. You're just bypassing it. So make sure your Bluetooth doesn't automatically go to your old sync where it won't really do much for you. Other than that, everything is pretty much good to go. I got to figure out how to get the nav to go. I'm not super concerned by that, just because I use the CarPlay nav, which is Google Maps and Apple Maps, which I love a whole lot more. The overall nav on this is really in case I don't have any signal. At least I have a GPS antenna and stuff like that, and I can get out of a situation. For the most part though, I'm going to use the phone nav. Also, the MMC, I think that's for multimedia. If you have a like SD card, like a micro SD, I do want to put something in here. I have a micro SD, so I'm going to change the startup screen, which we'll kind of go into maybe in another video. But yeah, I just really overall love it. It looks really clean. It's very snappy, and I'm just going to do it one more time and try not to kill my battery here. So I've been doing this a lot. It goes to Bluetooth audio, but really what I want to do is I set that up to go to CarPlay. So let me go ahead and plug this in real quick. It goes to my maps. Well, we don't want my address on there, I guess. It goes to all my Spotify. There's my air conditioner, turned it off. It pops in here. It's so fast, so snappy. I mean, I touch it. It's everything I would want. And I've noticed, oh, another thing is I've noticed the sound quality out of the whole thing is so much cleaner. When you go to settings right here, or the menu, you can just adjust all these. I don't know exactly how. I think it's like click and drag, or there's some kind of push button thing, but you can reorganize these, I believe. And there's the air conditioning controls. It looks like the sync system, like in the newer trucks and cars with like sync 4 or sync 3 or whatever. So you can adjust all that stuff from here touchscreen wise. I like the physical. That's what I really liked about this. The camera, you can pop in on there if you really want to. Add a front camera like when you're parking, which is kind of cool. Gives you all your files, audio settings, which are like your equalizer, which again is, I have it completely flat right now, and I have to like turn it up. I don't want to like rock my entire house with the subwoofers. But then it's got a good little display here if you want to do the balance and fader. You go into the treble. Boom, bass, treble, mid. I kind of played with that. I have mine all the way down almost on the bass, and it's kicking pretty hard. And then also I think you can change some of the source volumes. Yeah, so you can change the source volumes there if one's a little quieter. Turned off the confirmation toned. Yeah, and then I just kept it all blue. I didn't want it to be red or orange or whatever. A bunch of other settings here. I put this button, the little multimedia button, to be my iLink, which is basically my CarPlay. So I click that, it'll go to my CarPlay. Something that's cool is now it gives you actually temperatures in the corners whenever you click it. So instead of just being a little dial of hot and cold, now you have temperatures. Again, I don't know how accurate, but I like how it pops up even when you're on CarPlay and then fades away. So that's really nice. There's a mute button here, so in case someone's talking to you, you can just mute it. Actually, I want to test that. Yeah, that's really nice. Happens right away. A few other hot buttons here. Honestly, this system is just so nice so far, and I like how it's nice and fast. The quality, or the clarity, is there. Oops, clicked the wrong button. It all just pops around pretty quick, and it doesn't like seem to be lagging, like going back and forth. You can tell it's trying to keep up, but it's not like freezing on me. And this is always a good way to just kind of test. But I mean, how often are you really going to do that? You're probably going to leave it on your CarPlay like I am, or your Android Auto, and just leave it at that. And I think I showed you guys this already, but when you put it in reverse, it pops up with everything. And then you can change the settings here. So you can change like the width of them and all that stuff. So you can move it up and down. Line 1, change line 2, move it around. Line 3, you can change the widths and all that. So lots of customizing here. You can even turn on and off the markers if you don't want them. We'll kind of play with that later, but this is really cool. This thing has a lot of really cool features. I really like the unit so far. I can't really attest to long term, as you guys can tell, because I just installed it. Paid around $800 for it. I think it's worth it just because of how it looks OEM plus. I really don't want one of those like bright colored, color changing, glossy black. I just didn't want that aftermarket look in the Mustang. It's really not for me. Plus it had the physical buttons, a really nice touchscreen, and it's all plug and play. Like I don't even have to tap in anything once I add a backup camera. I love that feature, and then even when I add an amplifier or whatever in the future for the sound system, it already has the RCAs plugged in. So that to me was worth the price, and I just really liked how it looked. I mean, if you guys have no carbon fiber, it's gonna match that gray all through the center console perfectly. And you're gonna add CarPlay, you're gonna add navigation, backup camera features, all kinds of stuff. And it still controls your heated seats and everything. Like this thing is all plug and play. I really like that about it. Without further ado, I do need to pick 3 comments from the last video so that way you guys can win your ceramic detail spray from Liquid X. And then if you guys are picked, then go ahead and reach out to me in my email down in the description below with like, I don't know, a pic of you commenting or you responding with like a screenshot on it. That way I can tell it's you, and then we'll go from there to get your address and all that. So that way we can just ship this stuff out directly to you, and then you guys can have fun with that ceramic detail spray, protect the crap out of your car, make it super glossy. Ceramic spray giveaway video. There are 244 comments, but we're gonna get rid of the duplicates. So there is the URL, and filter duplicates. Enter, you had to use Liquid X for the win to be the enter, or to get entered. So let's go ahead and get the YouTube comments. Adding them up here, I'm sure. So there's a 172 total, because some of you guys may not have used Liquid X for the win. So if you guys didn't follow the instructions, you didn't get in there. But we're gonna go here, we're gonna pick a random winner. So here's all the winners, or all the names in there, and then we're gonna click it 3 times. So Kevin Todd, you're the winner right there. So go ahead and email me if your name is Kevin Todd. We're gonna click it again. Pick another winner here. You can't win twice, I will make that stipulation. So if Kevin Todd gets picked again, which would be crazy, it's not gonna be you. Whopper 1734, you go ahead and email me as well, and then we'll go from there. And then a last one here, let's see who is going to be the winner. Oh man, you got me a good one. Gamil, I'm gonna say Gamaliel. Oh man, I'm probably butchering the crap out of that. But you won, keep up the great content, 50K, here we come. And yeah, dude, I really appreciate that comment because I do want to hit 50K. Every video, give me a like, give me a comment, it really boosts us. Thank you everyone that has entered and given a like and a comment on those videos. Again, if this video, if you guys really liked it, leave a comment down below. And again, it helps the algorithm so much to help us grow. But please stay tuned because there are gonna be some more giveaways, I will say that. There's gonna be a pretty sick one here very, very soon. So you definitely wanna be subscribed if you're not already to stay informed on that. I'm gonna tell you guys, it will make you go faster. That's one of the giveaway parts that we're going. So that's a little hint for you guys that want to subscribe and stay tuned. But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up right here. Those 3 winners, go ahead and email me down below and we'll get that whole process started. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, then please comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time.